Today we are making a true masterpiece of a sandwich, chicken bacon ranch, with a tomato marmalade that I'm going to show you how to make right here. We'll simply just start by peeling ginger with a spoon. And so once it's nicely peeled, you just want to get a nice fine grater because ginger is very fibrous, right into a bowl, and that's where we're going to put all of our ingredients for this tomato marmalade except for the tomatoes. And ginger has a very strong flavor, so I love it, so I'm adding a good amount. That's all you really need, like a small tablespoon. Once you got your ginger, we're gonna get ground cloves. And I like to just take a small spoon, because this has a very strong, fragrant smell, and I'm only using that much. Cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is very strong. Depending on how spicy you want it, I'm just doing that much. I'm gonna take a little bit of ground cumin, sort of do it to taste, like, a few taps. Say like a quarter teaspoon. You don't want it too strong because it can become overpowering. Especially the same thing for cinnamon. I'm just gonna do one tap. One more. Yeah, so it's just like about 1/8 a teaspoon. And this is our spice mix that we're going to add. And so now let's get on to the tomatoes. Normally you could core it. I'm personally just gonna leave the insides, and I'm just gonna cut it into quarters. And all we gotta do is just roughly chop it, because the cooking process will really break it down. Essentially, you're just making a tomato sauce, but with a lot of sugar to make it really gooey and just marmalade-y, sort of like a jam. And just roughly chop it. Don't worry about looking nice, Perfect. Get the heat nice and high, and we're just gonna dump our tomatoes right in there. We got some brown sugar. Get a good amount in there, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of white sugar. Here's our spice mix now, we'll add that in. And that's just, it's so aromatic. Turn our heat down, and we're going to get it to a simmer. So I'll be back in a few minutes. You can see it's really, you don't even have to mash it. And we're gonna let this go for 30 minutes, and we'll check on it. So just keep it at low heat, let it simmer a little bit, and you can just sort of keep that going. And in the meantime, we are going to start looking at our chicken. So you've got 2 chicken breasts. Like always, you want to remove, any parts that are just, not really looking too good. So now what we're gonna do is take our chicken breast, and you just want to carefully keep your knife even, parallel with the surface, and just carefully slice through with your hand on top, just so it's even, so you can split it in half perfectly. The secret to a good chicken cutlet is a thin cutlet. We're gonna take a little bit of plastic wrap and just lay it right over. All we're gonna do is, with your flat side of a mallet, just pound it out. With a thin chicken, you'll have it a lot crispier when it's breaded. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is actually marinate it. I gotta give all the credit to my aunt for showing me how to make this simple and really delicious marinade for breaded chicken. Okay, so our marinade is simply just a little bit of Italian dressing. It's very easy to make. I can show you how to do that in another video. Get a good amount in there. We're gonna add a good amount of oregano, some adobo, which is basically like a seasoned salt. It's the secret. And garlic. Mix that up. You can also add a little bit of black pepper. And just add your chicken to it. Let that marinate for 2 to 3 hours minimum. If you want to go overnight, props to you, it's going to be even more flavorful. So while the chicken is marinating, we're gonna make an avocado mash. Cut into it. Now you wanna take a lime and just roll it. That way you can get all the juices nice and softened, so it's much easier to just squeeze. Cut it. And I'm gonna use only half because we're only using half an avocado. And we're gonna take a little bit of black pepper and garlic salt. take a fork and just mash. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes of our tomatoes cooking, and it's really sort of reduced down. It's like a jam now, it's perfect. So you're just gonna put that in a heat-proof bowl. In the meantime, we are gonna start breading our chicken. You wanna get a sheet pan lined with tin foil, or however you wanna do it. This is how I do it. I like to just lay out a little bit of flour on there. We're gonna get 2 eggs and just crack them in a bowl. Whisk it very aggressively. Okay, woo! I go with panko plain breadcrumbs, and panko really gets your chicken crispy. To season our flour, I'm just gonna simply do black pepper and a little bit of garlic salt. Just gonna mix that together just to combine it nicely. We've got our chicken, it's been marinating. With your wet hand, you're gonna grab a piece of chicken and lay it into the flour. Now with your dry hand, you want to rub it in and just flip it and sort of press it down and just get a decent amount of flour coated on there. Just keep flipping it and pushing, flip, push, until you have a decent amount of flour, and shake off any excess. Now with your wet hand, you want to lay it into the eggs and flip it and just get it really nice and coated with eggs in our egg wash. Lay it right over the breadcrumbs. With your dry hand, just sprinkle it over. You can actually take just some more breadcrumbs, sprinkle them over. The secret is you want to press. Too many people, they just pour a little bit on, they shake it off, and they wonder why their breadcrumbs are not sticking to their chicken. You take your time trying to coat it. That is the secret to a really well crusted chicken. So just keep pushing it down, keep flipping it, make sure you get the sides, and just put some muscle into there. I just like to put it in the freezer for a little bit. For some reason, that just makes it a lot easier to cook. And so I'm just gonna grab a few slices of bacon and just get it really nice and crispy for our sandwich. Bacon's pretty straightforward, I don't need to explain it. So now we've got our bacon crispy and cooked. We're gonna take our bacon fat and just pour it right into another pan. Turn it on medium heat. And I'm also gonna add a little bit of corn oil. You wanna have a decent amount for this because we're frying chicken. So test if our oil is hot. I already know it's hot because it's slightly starting to smoke. So you take a little piece of the cutlet and you'll see that it starts to bubble up like that. That's how you know it's ready. Take our chicken, just drop it right in. Let that cook for about 3 minutes on one side. It's been about 3 minutes. We're gonna flip it over. Look how nice and crispy. And just sort of push it down. Now we'll go for like 2 minutes, not even. You just wanna let it toast. Really get it saturated with that bacon fat. It's ready to go. It's nice and toasted. And let's start assembling our chicken bacon ranch sandwich. Okay, so I cut my chicken down and I chopped the bacon a little bit. So all we have to do is spread the avocado on there really nicely. Place your bacon. Then we're gonna take our tomato marmalade and just dab a little bit right over the bacon. Place it right over. If you wanna double up, be crazy. And then I'm gonna finish it up with a little bit of ranch. Just nicely drizzle it bun on, and there you have it. Chicken bacon ranch. Definitely try this sandwich out. It was incredible. And let me know down below in the comments what your favorite sandwich is, chicken or not. I'd love to know. And also let us know what you'd like us to make in the future. Alright guys, stay tuned for more videos 4 times a week. See you later.